Hi, welcome to the 8th lecture of thermodynamics. Today we are going to study Helmholtz free energy. So, this Helmholtz free energy is denoted by capital A and it is defined as A is equal to U minus Ts. So, this is the definition of Helmholtz free energy, that is A is equal to U minus Ts, where U is the internal energy, T is the temperature and S is the entropy of a system. Now, when we look at the terms involved in the definition of Helmholtz free energy, we observe that internal energy, temperature and entropy, all these are the state functions. It means that they depends upon the initial state and final state of a system and not on the path followed by the system. So as U, T and S are all the state functions, A is also a state function. Helmholtz free energy is also a state function. Now see, suppose if we consider the system passes from one state to another state. Okay, so there is a change in A and that change in A is denoted by delta A and it is equal to A2 minus A1. Okay, so further delta A is equal to, we have to put the value of A2. So from the definition of A is equal to U minus Ts, for A2 we have to write in first bracket U2 minus T2 S2 minus for A1 we have to put in another bracket U1 minus T1 S1. Okay, now next delta A is equal to, we have to take that U2 and U1 together. So in first bracket we have to write U2 minus U1 minus in another bracket T2S2 minus T1S1. Okay, so delta A is equal to U2 minus U1 is a delta U, that is the difference in internal energy between state 1 and state 2, minus in another bracket T2S2 minus T1S1. Okay, now under isothermal conditions, so we know that isothermal means constant temperature is there. So T1 is equal to T2 is equal to T. Okay, so therefore equation 2 will become delta A is equal to delta U minus T delta S. So we have to put T in place of T2 and T1, therefore it become constant, so it is outside the bracket and S2 minus S1 gives us delta S. So finally we get the equation delta A is equal to delta U minus T delta S. So this is our equation 3. Now see, important point is there. Under isothermal condition, again we have a new equation, that is T delta S is equal to QR. So this equation is nothing but the thermodynamic definition of entropy. So when we studied entropy, at that time we have studied that the thermodynamic definition of entropy, that ds is equal to dq reversible upon T. So that equation on rearranging gives us T delta S is equal to QR. So we have to put that value of T delta S, that is QR, in equation 3. So that equation 3 will become delta A is equal to delta U minus QR. Now see, delta A is equal to, just we have to rearrange this equation, minus in bracket that QR minus delta U. So this equation is nothing but that above equation. So we have just rearranged that equation taking negative sign outside the bracket, and in bracket there is a QR minus delta U. So that delta U again it is a plus delta U. So we have just rearranged that equation. Now this will gives us delta A is equal to minus W max. So that negative sign which is outside the bracket remains as it is minus, and for bracket we have written W max. So W max is equal to QR minus delta U, and it is nothing but the first law of thermodynamics. So what is the mathematical statement of first law of thermodynamics? That W is equal to QR minus delta U. So we have just putted the W max for QR minus delta U. So finally our equation is delta A is equal to minus W max. Now we have to express that equation into words. What is the characteristic of that equation, or what that expression gives us? So it gives us that at constant temperature the maximum work done by a system is accomplished at the expense of a decrease in the Helmholtz free energy of the system. So that minus W max, it is the maximum work done, and it is obtained when there is a decrease in the Helmholtz free energy of the system. So this equation, which is delta A is equal to minus W max, we can also write it as a minus delta A is equal to W max. Okay, so whenever there is a decrease in the Helmholtz free energy, system gives us maximum work done. So you have to remember this sentence. What is the sentence? See, whenever there is a decrease in the Helmholtz free energy, whenever there is a decrease in the Helmholtz free energy, system gives us maximum work done. So therefore A is sometimes called the maximum work content of the system. Therefore A is sometimes called the maximum work content of the system, and this is the property of that A, means Helmholtz free energy, as it gives us maximum work content of the system. Okay, so in this lecture we have studied detailed about the Helmholtz free energy. Initially we have started with the definition of Helmholtz free energy. Then we have seen Helmholtz free energy, it is a state function. Okay, then we have derived equation delta A is equal to delta U minus T delta S. Okay, then finally we have derived equation delta A is equal to minus W max, and for the derivation of this equation we have used two things. First one is the thermodynamic definition of entropy, and second one is the mathematical statement of the first law of thermodynamics, and finally we get delta A is equal to minus W max, and it gives us at constant temperature the maximum work done by a system is accomplished at the expense of a decrease in the Helmholtz free energy of the system. Therefore A is sometimes called as the maximum work content of the system. Okay, so this is all about the Helmholtz free energy. In the next lecture we have to study Gibbs free energy. Thank you.